Hello everybody. Today's tutorial is going to be on how to make this really pretty shabby Christmas tree that I worked on yesterday, and I thought it turned out so pretty, and I just want to show you guys how to make this. I used a really an old antique bottle. Now this bottle was kind of bubbled in sections, but it tapered towards the top, so it was perfect shape for a Christmas tree. But not everybody's going to have that tapered bottle, and I don't have another one because there was only one in the store. But I really want to show you guys how to make this Christmas tree and add all these really pretty beads, not beads, but these hot fix crystals on it. Yeah, and some feathers. I don't have any more pink, so I'm going to use white, and they're not as pretty as these pink ones, but I'm going to make the tree a little different. I'm going to use the same laces. I'm going to kind of use the same base as I did on the bottom. Now the base is, I'll show you guys when we get to that. But I have to do it a little differently because I don't have the same products, but you're still going to get the same results using what I'm going to use. So let me show you a few things that you're going to need for this really pretty Christmas tree. I'm going to be using a cone. And these cones you can get at Michael's. You can get them at almost every craft store around. And this one is a 10 inch by 4 inch. So it's 4 inches in diameter here and 10 inches long. Now, my lighting is horrible here. So let me get my lighting fixed. Okay, so I think we got a little bit better lighting, I hope. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to use this cone. I'm just going to peel this off. So you can get these at Michael's, you can get them at Joann's, you can get them at Hobby Lobby, wherever. Now, I want to paint this, but you're not going to see much of it, but there may be, if you don't paint this, you may see some brown spots through it. And I really don't want to go for that look. So I want to paint it, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of burlap. Now what I used for the base of my other tree was just an empty ribbon spool. Okay, and this is off of another ribbon, but I need it a little bigger, so I cut it and I trimmed it down here, and I'm going to glue it on there, and then my tree will sit on here like that. Okay, so it's gonna have a nice base to the tree. You could sit it right directly on top, which, you know, would look just fine. I might even still do that if I can get it to go on. So I'm thinking of, yeah, doing that instead of adding this piece, because it's going to be a lot harder to cover this with the burlap. So I will be using some burlap to cover up my little piece here. I hope I have enough burlap. Yeah, I do. So you're going to cover this with burlap. But first of all, we have to use some felt, and I'm using antique white felt that I got from Joann's. Okay, and I'm going to fill in here so we don't have this large gap in here, so it's kind of like straight all the way around. That's what you really want to happen. Okay, all right, so I'm going to grab my paint. So we're going to paint this. I'm going to paint this in a chiffon pink, just because I love that color so much. So I am going to put a piece of paper under it, just because I don't want to get paint on anything else. And let me get some chiffon pink out. This is absolutely gorgeous color. It's called, oh sorry, pink chiffon. Okay, I've got tons of bottles of this because I absolutely love it. Okay, so we're just going to paint this just to hide the brown part of the cone, because, you know, you might see some through, because I know on my other tree you see a little bit of the bottle, but very little, and it's more close to the top than anything. So we're still gonna paint this up and give it a good pretty color. I love this pink. I love, love, love it. It's so pale. And that's all you really want to do, is just give this a good paint job. And you can make these cones. You can use these in, you can buy bigger ones, you can buy smaller ones. I'm going to stick with this size. It's a little tiny bit smaller than my other tree. However, oops, my fingerprint. Okay, so I'm going to dry what I've got done so far. My light, is on my cord. Okay, so we're just going to dry this paint up so I can handle this. Give it a quick dry. You can kind of see, you can still kind of see it's see-through right now, but a second coat will okay, but I can handle it, so that's what I was going for. So I'm just going to do this area where I touched with my hand. Color this part in and give it a quick dry. Whoa! Went on my felt. That's okay. Absolutely love it. I was showing this to Robin and Karen and Angela. Actually, I was making it while we were all on Skype talking, and they were just like drooling over at how beautiful the tree turned out, and they kept telling me I should do a tutorial. So that's why I'm here, guys, doing a tutorial so you guys can make this same pretty tree. And mine is in the middle of my fireplace. That's where I put it, on my mantle. I have a gas fireplace in my living room, so I put it there, and I'm going to decorate with Christmas, my Shabby Chic Christmas stuff that I'm making, including my really pretty stocking. Now that's another thing I want to talk about, is my Christmas stocking. I am not going to be doing a tutorial on it. Robin and Angela and another surprise person will be doing a tutorial. I'm just going to do a product share, so I'm going to show you what I did basically with the stocking. What happened is I did do a tutorial, and I used my kit because I made a special kit, or an extra kit, not even special. I just made a kit for myself, and when I filmed it, I was out of frame for the entire film. For the entire video, so I was really disappointed. So the girls told me, just never mind, just do a product share, and they're gonna do their take on the Christmas boot stocking, and that way I don't have to use up another kit, because I really didn't want to use up another kit. I didn't want to waste another kit. So let me just finish putting the last of my paint. Oh, this is such a pretty color. Absolutely love this color. So, oops, I touched it. There we go. Get the last of that on there. So we have 2 coats all over our tree. So it's going to be, that's gotta go in the water. Gotta move that. Now I'm just gonna give this a quick dry. And then we got to work on something else. Whoa, this cone is kind of hot. Oops. So, yeah, there we go. It's really, really pretty. The cone is dried now. So we're just going to set the cone aside and let it, you know, whoops, dry up a wee bit more, because it is a bit tacky. So I'm just going to set this aside. Oh, it's still, hang on. I got to dry it on the bottom because it is tacky to put down. And I really don't want to put it on my table. So if you can't see me, I'm just drying the bottom of the cone. That's all I'm doing, guys. Ow. Look, it's flipping hot, guys. Flipping hot. Okay, I think we're good to go with that. Now, so let's get this out of the way. The felt for now, because we will need that. And now I'm going to be using these really, really pretty, oops, that's not them. Where'd you go? Here we are. These really, really pretty little angels that I got from Wild Orchid Crafts. They are so, let me come up a wee bit closer. Whoops. They're so cute. And you've got an angel similar to this in your kit, your Christmas boot stocking. And you'll see what I did with mine when I do it on here. So I'm just going to probably wait for this to just get heated up with the heat gun, because it'll just pick right off. Whoa, where'd you go? Alright, so now for these little guys we need some antiquing cream, and I'm just going to use some antique cream. Very, very little. You do not need a lot of this because these are just very tiny, tiny pieces. So I'm just going to put a little drop. So this is called Deco Media Antiquing Cream, and it's raw umber, and I got it from Joann's in the States. I can't order from Joann's unless I get it delivered to somewhere in the States, because they don't deliver to Canada anymore. So you're just going to take your paintbrush and you're going to paint your angel with this antiquing cream, you know, like this. Okay. Like that, and get in all the cracks. Okay, and then take a piece of paper towel and wipe it off. That's all you're going to do. Very, very easy job. And it just really makes it look old and vintaged. It's so pretty. So I kind of use corners to get some of that really dark stuff out, just in the real deep crevices here, because I'm going to emboss this when I'm done. So there is my really pretty angel, all antiqued up, so you can clearly see the difference in this one, and it looks so pretty on the tree, as it's very noticeable. I'm going to get some out of the eyes, because I really don't want it that strong in the eyes. Alright, now we'll just do the other one, give it a coat. La-di-da-di-da. Where's my coffee? It's there. Where's my husband when I need him to get me a coffee? Fresh one. So I'm just kind of pushing the bristles into the cracks and crevices. But if you're looking to buy these little angels, like I said, I got these off of Wild Orchid Crafts, and they have a lot of beautiful stuff, and very good priced. So I'm using 2 angels, because I do one for the front of the tree and one for the back, because I don't want to neglect the back of the tree. You guys want to kind of work on the front of the tree as well. So there we go. We have our 2 precious little angels. I'm going to just give them a little bit of a heat, because I want to dry that ink, that antiquing cream, in the cracks before I stick this in my embossing pad. All right, move this out of my way. See if this is hot enough to peel off. Yep, it is. And let's see if this sticky is peeled off. All right, so I think those are good and dried. Now all I'm gonna do is, I need my glasses, guys. I can't see much. I don't even know why I'm working without them. All I'm going to do, guys, is put some really pretty sparkly embossing powder on it. Okay, so let me get my mess cleaned up here because I need room. And I need my embossing pad. So this is just a clear, plain embossing pad. As you can see, it's getting used. I'm just going to push this really hard into the like that. So I'm making sure I get it in the cracks as well, so I'm just using the corner of my ink pad so I can get, you know, some everywhere. Now I need my tweezers because I really don't want to pick this up. I'll take some of the ink. So I'm just looking at it to make sure I got it completely covered. No, right in there I don't have it covered in this really deep crease right there. It's not going to matter too much. Whoops, see, I wiped it off of her head because I touched it. And I got these out for a reason. Alright, so let's put that down. And let's do the same thing here. Oh yeah, I think I pretty much got this all covered. Okay, so push that down. Whoopsies. Just give it one final touch. Alright, one sec. Okay, so you're going to take your embossing powder and you're just going to sprinkle it very generously. And that's why you should have a piece of paper. I actually have a tray coming, and this is really pretty embossing powder. So this is why I'm going to use tweezers, because last time I did this I wiped off all the stuff with my fingers, and then you just spin it around like that. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And you can see it's got just a really pretty glitter to it. It's not going to be covered in white. This is a clear embossing powder, just a clear glitter. I'm just banging off the excess. Okay, and I'm just going to move them off my paper so I can dump my embossing powder back in here. And it's got little chunks of paint in it by the looks of it. So now I'm going to be sparkly for the rest of the day, like I was yesterday. Okay, now you're going to pick your little girl angels back up, put them back up there, and try very carefully not to wipe any of it off. And then take your heat gun, and you're just going to heat them up so you can seal that glitter on it. I love this glitter. It's so pretty. Oh yeah. Now my angels are sparkling. They always were anyway. Okay, so I think my embossing powder is good and heated and clear and glossy. So let's do this angel. And then you just want to set them aside because, believe you me, they are going to be way too hot to touch. Unless you want to burn yourself. And I don't want to burn myself. Okay, so while those are cooling down, we're going to work on our base. And what I'm going to do here, see how there's the big ridge here? We're going to fix that with some of this felt. So I'm just going to cut a strip the width of this. So I'm just going to eyeball it because I don't do measuring very often. And I just going to fold this to keep my lines a wee bit straight. It doesn't matter. You're going to need probably a couple of strips because that's kind of crappy end. You're going to have to go around a couple of times with the felt to fill that gap. So let's do another strip. Let's take that one off and do another one. I just don't want any felt overhanging on the ribbon. I just want it nice and thick so it's even Steven. Now take your strips. As you can see, it's perfect. Not quite long enough, but I'm just going to give it a little stretch. Okay, and then I'm going to glue that, and I'm going to move this for now. I might need more, we'll see. Okay, and I'm just going to start gluing. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue underneath, push it up. Okay, and you really and truly don't need a whole ton of glue. Well, I'm going to start up here. So there's my glue. Pull it, stretch it as much as you can, and don't get burnt. Okay. See, my ends here are getting a little distorted. So, all right, let's do that again. Only this time I'm going to start somewhere else. And this one here is thicker, and it shouldn't be thicker. Like I said, you don't want it to creep over the edge. So let me just trim it like that. Give it a little stretch so it fits around your spool. And I'm going to start it here. Okay, and then go all the way around. Cover up your, I need more glue. There. Now, just bring it up and over and stretch it. And this one is not going to stretch. So we'll just cut a piece off, trim it, and stick it in here because the glue is still hot. Done. Now it's still not thick enough, so I'm going to go here away from where I did, and again this one's too thick, so we'll just trim this guy up. Okay, put a bit of glue down and hold your felt, and then just do some gluing. So now you can see it's a huger gap because you're going over, it's thicker now. So we'll just cut a piece here. It's about this big. And trim it a bit because it's too thick, and that should fit in there perfectly, and it does. So let's glue this in here. And let's not burn ourselves. Ouch! Look, I have a nice burn here from yesterday. Gosh. The girls were kind of yelling, get your fingers on, get your fingers on. Use the fingers that come with your kit. But I'd rather get burnt, as you can see. I don't listen very well. Where's my thing? There we go. Alright, so I think that is pretty good. I'm really considering one more. Yeah, one more layer. So let's trim this one up because it is too thick. Alright, one more layer. We'll start right about here. And I am going to have to cut another piece off of my piece I've got going on there. Okay. Or you could leave this full with ribbon if you want to waste your ribbon. But I took my ribbon off. Here I had organza ribbon on here. So I just took it off and folded it all up nice. So it's good. There, that's what you want. Nice. Except you got to fill that gap. So we'll cut another little strip out. Cut another little piece. There's good enough. Alright, so I'm done with the felt for now. I'm going to just glue this down really, really well in here. Okay, and then put some glue here. Make sure it's glued. Put our piece on. Match her up good. And here as well. Alright, so when we wrap this now, I'm just going to trim this piece off. When we wrap this with the burlap, it'll be nice now, and our ends won't calf on us like they're doing right now. Okay, so we've got a piece of burlap here. Okay. You are not going to get this on here perfectly, just so you know. But you can do your best. So, first of all, you could cut it in a big circle, but I can't be bothered. Let me get some stuff out of the way. And by the way, the angels are dried, and look at them. They're just absolutely beautiful. Okay? So that's how it turned out with the glitter. See? Beautiful. Good and sealed. Alright. So I want to make sure I have enough to go on both sides because I didn't cut this very big. And you definitely want to use something when you're using burlap because it goes through just like lace. Hot. Very hot. Glue hot. Okay, so we're just going to cover this with burlap. You can cover it with whatever you want, but I am going to put a piece of, I know I left the other one raw, but this one here I want to put some pink lace on it, lace end on it. So now you're just going to flip this over and you're going to start gluing it down. So you got to kind of hold it with your spatula till it hardens a bit. Okay. And then I did it over on this side as well. So this is the bottom of my tree base, my tree. It's going to be very pretty because, like I said, I'm doing this one a little different, but I'm using things that you guys will have at home with you. You don't have to go buy anything other than a cone. If you don't have a cone, you might have to go buy a cone. Okay, so this piece is way too long, so I'm just going to trim it because I just can't work with it that long. Whoops, I trimmed it a bit too much. So I'll have to get some glue on that. Push it up. There we go. And now you're going to do the same over here, and I'm not going to cut this just in case I cut it too short again. I'm just going to glue it on like that. Okay, now this is the part that I had a problem with yesterday. So I just played with it, stretched it, and worked it out till it all went nice and kind of smooth. It's still going to pucker a wee bit, but that's unique. That it looks like a wrapped sack. And that's the kind of the look you want to go for. So I'm just going to trim this off. And then you're going to cover it here. I am giving it a little stretch. And if you do it this way, it'll be kind of even all the way around, and you'll see what I mean when I'm done. Yeah, that's a nasty burn. That hurt so much. I think I was feeling like I was having some kind of seizure or fit. It was burning so much. Trim this off. And I bought this burlap off of Amazon.ca because I live in Canada, and I got 5 yards. I'll show you in a second. I think it's 5 yards at 45 inches wide. I think it was like 20 bucks for all of that. So that was super cheap. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to pleat it right here. You're just going to pull it down like tight as you can and leave little pleats in it, because that's something you're just not going to get away from doing in a circle, because this is not stretchable fabric. And then just hold your spatula on that for a bit, because it is going to pull away. So you kind of have like a little pleat, but again, it looks like a little wrapped sack. Okay, that's what you want right there. Okay, and you're going to do it on all of the edges. So just give it a tight pull, pleat it like this. See how it's pleating? But if you did it this way, all of your pleats will kind of be spaced evenly. So that's what I was basically trying to get at. Okay. And now you're going to do the same here. You're going to pull it out and push it on. Ooh, cobwebs, glue webs. Okay, and I'm just going to keep trimming my burlap. And I am going to fix that there. So I'm just going to hold that on there for a minute. And if you don't want to trim it, you don't have to. But that's, see, that's what you're going for. And I'm sure everybody has a spool like this. The one I used yesterday was a little smaller than this one, I think. Yeah, it was a Michaels. It was a Michaels spool. And I just took all of the ribbon that was on it, took it off, all the lace that was on it, and took it off. Okay, we'll trim it after we're done. So I'm going to give it a tight pull, put glue under it, give it a push down and push it up and over. So push your burlap up and hold it down. Till your glue hardens a bit. Okay, we only have, see how pretty that is? But I am, like I said, I'm going to cover it with this stuff here. This pretty pink lace. It's gorgeous. And I need a drink of coffee. I should say drink a cold coffee. Okay, give it a little stretch, over, push down. I don't know why this runner keeps running away on me, but it does. And I only have 2 more to go. Okay, 2 more. Now, the next stage I'm going to do after this is optional. You don't have to put the pink chiffon on it. Or chiffon. What in the heck? I'm thinking of this. Pink chiffon. I was looking at it. The pink lace end on it. But I'm going to because I like it. So I'm just pulling this tight and gluing her down. Like that. Now, you're going to find it to be thicker in spots, so make sure you trim off so your tree stays nice and even. It kind of looks too flat right here, so I'm going to stick a piece in there. Ouch, just to keep it all about the same size. So I'm just going to glue all this down. Now, I'm going to take, this is a doily. Oh, no, I'm not going to put the doily on yet. So let me just smooth all this down before it dries. There we go. That keeps popping up because there's no glue under it. There we go. Make sure you have glue under all of it so it stays. I gotta put the lace on first before I do anything else. Okay. I get the glue off of me and off of my little spatula. Okay. I'm gonna just give that a press on my mat. Perfect. Now again, like I said, you don't have to do this, but I love this stuff and I think it's going to dress up this skirt part a bit. And I'm going to put some lace over top of that. Maybe. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it. This is pretty, but I'm not going to put it on. I am going to just leave this, guys. Alright, so what I'm doing, what I did in this tree here is I put, and this is a heavy tree, I put doilies underneath it and then I layered the colors of the doilies. This time I'm only using 3 because this is a smaller base. This is a bigger one than this, and the reason it's bigger, I told you, is because my cone just fits on it. See? So that's what I have to be careful for. Alright, so I'm just going to take the glue gun, go in all around the edge of my base. Kind of fill this hole in the bottom because I don't want this to rock or shift. I know that's a lot of glue. And then just stretch your doily on there. And this is I got 3 different sizes. So I'm using 3 different sizes. So let me just stretch these out. Okay, and then I'm just going to push it in. And there's doily number 1 on here. Let me just go around and check it. I want to make sure it's sticking out a little bit along the bottom. So as you can see, it is sticking out nicely. Okay, a little bit all around each edge. There we go. Okay. Now you're going to do that with the same if you're doing 3 layers like I am, but I'm going to hold it up and look at it before I actually glue it. And then I'm just going to start gluing. Now, ouch, if you wanted to put a nice piece of felt on the very bottom to hide all your mess and make it look really professional, you can do that too. And I'm probably going to do that myself. Just because your glue can get really bumpy when you're using a doily like this and stick out, and it might scratch. So if you put a nice piece of felt on it, that gives it the finished. This is a really pretty doily, this one. So I'm just going to flip it over and have a look-see and see if I need to adjust it. And I need to move it a wee bit this way. Let's have a look. Alright, I think that looks phenomenal. Okay, so let's glue away. Actually, I'm just going to put the glue on here because, like I said, I'm just going to put a piece of felt along the bottom to make it nice and clean. Do I use a lot of glue? Nope. And, okay, I think that's glued down enough. Now, where's my felt? Where'd I put you? Oh, right here. So I'm just going to take the felt, sit my thing on here, and kind of cut a circle around. Not anything spectacular just yet. It's because it's hard to work when on a flat surface. Alright, there we go. Now I'm just gonna, so this is kind of like your tree skirt, these layers of doilies underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as my template. There. Now I'll fix her up a wee bit because it does look a little crappy. There we go. Professional. Alright, so this will clean up your whole bottom, make it look really pretty and professional. So, let me just put the glue along the edges of this without burning myself. There you go. And now it'll be nice and smooth, no bumps, because you put your felt on the bottom to cover all the glue. There you go. That protruded out from your doilies. There. Look how nice. Nice, clean. Nice and clean. There we go. Now, you can just do whatever you want in this area here, but I have some pretty ribbon that I'm going to tie around the base of my, this ribbon came from Annette James from Luscious Laces, because she sent me almost a whole spool by the looks of it. Now, I want to tie this in a bow, okay, but I also have some really pretty pearl trim that I'm also going to put around the satin ribbon, and I have a really pretty center that I'm going to put right smack in the middle of my bow. So then the base of the tree will be done. So let's tie this. So I'm just going to cut off a piece. Okay, and then we want to tie this in a nice tight knot. So you want to make it nice and tight, but you also want it to be straight. And you can go after you're finished tying your knot. You can. I'm going to put a dab of glue underneath that and on top of it. So while I'm holding it, the glue will hold that knot. Just do this. I don't want a blob there. So I'm just going to hold this for a minute and let it harden. So it's good and tight, and you want it to kind of push in on your felt because that makes it look like a wrapped sack. It's so cute. I think it's coming loose on me here, so I'm just going to stick a bit of glue there and let it harden a bit. So I'm holding this, and it looks like it's staying nice and tight, because now I'll be able to tie a nice bow. I actually want my ribbons this way so I can tie a nice bow. It's going to take forever to harden, so now is my chance to get rid of a wee bit of that glue, and let's pray it stays. Okay, so this is how I tie a bow. You're going to bring your ribbon up like this on this side, okay, and you're going to bring this one down underneath and through there. Whoops. Okay, hang on. Over top and through this loop here. See? You're going to make a loop and you're going to go over top like that, and you're going to tie a bow. But it is way too big. Alright. And I will put a teeny tiny bit of glue in that to hold my bow so it doesn't come undone. Now you can use whatever you want for this part. I want to make my bows even, so I'm going to put some glue in there, and I'm putting a teeny tiny bit in there, underneath, 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 and in between on the inside close to where it's wrapped. Okay, and then just give it a push. Alright, we don't want our bow to come undone, so that's how I make a cheater bow. Okay, now we want to fluff this up for sure. I did not mean to glue the little bow area, but some of the glue seeped. Okay, so let me fix this up a bit. Anyway, it's not a big deal. Alright, so Now you want to trim your ribbons, and always trim them on a slant. And I'm going to trim this one there. Okay. Now I'm just going to squish this together for now because I want to put this really pretty pearl trim all the way around my base. And I'm going to start right here where the bow is. So, oops. I just want to put a very thin line here. Don't want to do that. Okay. And I kind of put it right behind. There we go. So I'm trying to put it in the very middle. So now I'm going to glue that so this bow doesn't ever come undone. Alright, so we got pearl trim that we want to put down the middle of it, but very even. Try to put it in the middle. Or you can hang it on the edge wherever you want it. I want mine in the middle. Okay. Like that. And there you go. Look at how pretty. I love it. So when you're making these trees, you can make one for your living room, one for your bedroom, one for your craft room. And you can make them all different. You don't have to put the same thing. I am going to use the same lace because I really liked the way the lace turned out on this shabby tree. So, and I like that lace. So we're just going to finish up here. Push that down. Give it a good push of glue in there. And let's glue that down. So I am going to use this because I'm sick of getting burnt. Okay, and there. Now we will trim this off. And we'll stick a bit of glue in there. Hold it down. Alright, and hold it there. Alright. Look at how pretty. Oh my lord. That is gorgeous. Get all my glue strings off. Okay, so we're done with this pearl trim. In fact, you know what? I might even put some on my tree. We'll see. Now, we're going to put a nice pretty bling in here to cover this up. So I want to make sure my ends are down, my bow is up, and we're just going to drop some glue in there. And push. Okay, so there. And where's my lighter? I want to fix this because it's starting to fray already and it's going to be a mess. Okay. I don't like how it's sticking up right here, so I'm going to push some glue under that and pray it sticks. There we go. Whoopsies. I got glue on that. We will get that off in a hurry. That just dulls it. As you can see, I got glue on it and I can't get it off. Darn it. Huh. I did not want to do that. Oh, there we go. It's coming off. I guess I just had to wait for it to dry. So I think I need to do the ends on here too for some reason. There we go. We have done our base of our tree. This is absolutely stunning. Angela's gonna freak out when she sees this one because she really liked the base on the other one. So she's gonna love this one. there. All right, so now we'll be right back. Okay guys, welcome back. Now, I just thought of something that I am going to do with this base and the cone of the tree. I want to put the doweling in. I want the tree to kind of hang like this. See? But I got to figure out a way how I'm going to do this. But first of all, I need to glue the doweling inside of the cone. So I'm just taking my glue gun and I am going to pee out a lot of glue in there. And I'm just going to let it roll down to the center, the very middle. I'm sorry I'm off frame, but you can't see me do this. I'm just going to fill the whole entire tip of it with glue. Okay, I think I got that much glue in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there is, it's about up to here. So I'm just going to stick the doweling right in there. Oh yeah, it's cooking. And I want to keep it straight, so I'm going to look at it. Okay. From all the way around, I want to get it straight. And I'm going to let this glue harden. Completely harden. But we got to keep it straight, guys. We got to keep it straight. I'm sorry, I gotta look down at it. And you don't want to tip it up with all that glue in there because you're going to have a mess. Because that glue will just pour out. So I'm just going to keep straightening it until the glue starts to set. Let me just move my base. Yeah, I think this is going to look phenomenal. And the glue is starting to stiffen up, so that's good. But I want it good and solid. And I keep turning it to make sure it's staying completely straight. So just keep turning your cone. Yeah. We'll just hold it there and I'll have a sip of my coffee. And I will actually come back. Actually, no, I want to stand this up somewhere. So I'm just going to stand it up right there in my glue stick holder. But I want to stand it up straight. I don't want it to be crooked in any way. Alright. Looks straight to me. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut a hole in that, but I'm going to use, I'm just going to use the tip of my scissors, I think. And I kind of want to find it in the center. So, just kind of make a hole. And that's not quite centered. Still don't look centered to me. Regardless. Anyways, I'm just going to drop some glue in here as well, and I'm going to let it harden because I need my I need like a little mountain in there so I can have something to stand it on. So I'm just going to let the glue harden in there. This doesn't really look all that straight. Let me see. Yeah, something like that, but I'm going to let the glue harden a bit. And then I'm going to make a little tiny tree skirt for it. Yeah, and I'm just going to build some glue up on this doweling. dome it. Yeah, it's still pretty hot. But I don't know, I wanted to try something different, so this is being a little different. So, I am going to use something to clean this glue out. Alright, so I want to fill it up as much as I can. I know it's a waste of glue, but if I would have thought of this sooner, I wouldn't have done it this way. But this idea just came to me a little late. So before we get started, I'm going to cut a piece of this and make a little tree skirt. If I can find an end. Here we go. And I'm going to put some teeny tiny trim around it. That's a little crooked. That's okay. Not going to see it. We got to kind of hide it because you're going to see glue on the base of the doweling when it's glued into the ribbon holder. So, not being fancy here, as you can clearly see, I'm roughing it, and there we go. Okay, now let's fold this in half. Try to get it nice and even. In fact, I'm going to fold it again because it's easier to cut. Okay, and let's see. There we go. Yep. So we're going to put a teeny tiny hole in this. So I'm just going to do it this way. And I'm just going to put the smallest hole because this stuff stretches like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to put a little tiny trim around that. Let's see what we have. I have all kinds of trims. Something pink and rustly. Not that. I'll be right back. Okay, I found some trim, but I also found some little doilies. And I'm thinking of, gotta trim this first, making a cute little tree skirt because this will be seen now. So let me find the front, and this is the front. But I was going to layer it like so, and this one here you can barely get in there, so I got to stretch it so I can get the doweling in there. And this is the front. So I'm going to layer it like so, and I'm going to make it as a tree skirt. But I'm going to put some trim. Yeah, I need a little bit of trim on this doily here. So I got some really pretty skinny pink and white trim here. And I'm going to put it down on here. Oops, I need a glue stick. Okay, so I'm just going to dab it here. And I'm doing this on my mat because I don't want to do it anywhere else. So this kind of trim here will go nice in a circle. So here's our layers. First layer, I mean. Okay. like this little trim because this is going to make a really pretty tree skirt. Okay. Whoopsies. Just knocked my lamp. And as I was paused, I kept putting glue inside of this base here. So I'm just going to put another thing of glue. I'm trying to build a mountain in there. I want something for my doweling to stick to so it doesn't fall over. Okay. Oh, ever pretty. That is pretty. Okay, and press that down. There we go. Alright, and we joined it already. Let's trim that off. And look at how cute. Look at how cute that is. So we have a pretty layer of this and a white doily on top. And that will be our tree skirt. Look at how cute. Ever cute. And I'm not going to glue the layers together because they're going to stay once we put the doweling in it. So, alright, let's have a look at. Now, my doweling is good and hardened, so I'm just going to push this doily. I'm going to stretch it as much as I can over that doweling. Come on, you can get over that. That's pretty tight crocheting. Oh. I don't want to rip it either. Well, well guys, I'm going to have to cut it because I can't get it to go over the doweling, but we'll glue it. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, look at this mess here of threads. Let's trim those off. Okay, and then we're going to put this trim on. And I don't know if this is going to stretch over it, but let's try it. It might be the same thing as the other one. I don't want to squish the top. Yeah, we're probably going to have to trim this as well. Okay, no biggie. Just break the magic ring inside. There you go. Alright, so I'm just going to push those up for now inside. And I'm going to see how far this goes down. And it goes too far down still. Yeah, I want it to be up about an inch. So, I'm going to see what I could stuff in here. If I could fit in that hole. Just stuff in there. Some stuffing. That's what I could do. Stuff some stuffing in there. But then I need a lot of stuffing. So, maybe I'll stuff paper towel in it. I don't know if this is going to work, but I need to stuff something in there. So, I use my scissors to push it in. It's working, guys. It's going in. And actually this glue is making this base even a bit heavier. So that's good. That's a good thing. There's one. Let's stuff some more in. That's a little thick right there, but that's okay. Look at that, just soaks right in there. Now let's see how much. Oh, perfect. Yay! That's what I wanted to do, guys. So let me get this out. Put some glue on that. Let it harden up a little bit. And then we are good to go. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. I still want it up a bit. I don't want it sunk in that much. Hang on. It's still sinking in too much. And I can't get in underneath to pull my tree skirt out. So we're going to stuff some more. Just sucks it in. There. Do I like glue? Yes, I like glue. I'm just going to use a wooden doweling here now, a little one, just to kind of mix the glue around, make a little opening. Here. Now, let me bring out this. My tree skirt down. So I pushed it up too far. Bring. Whoa. Broke my. Oh, okay. The tree skirt came down. There. Now, I want this to the back. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Look at that cute little skirt. Oh my gosh. So precious. Okay. Now, I need to lift this up a wee bit. Whoa. Because now I need glue in there. Okay, so now you bring it down and push it down a bit so it stays. And just hold it till it hardens. Seams at the back. I'm just going to squeeze some glue all around the base because I want it to harden. And that was the purpose of the doilies, was to hide the glue. So. There. So now you're going to hold this in place and wait for it to harden. And don't touch it. Don't even blow on it. Don't even breathe on it. Because you want it to get nice and stiff. Right there. There. Alright. Okay, so I'll come back after I get this hardened. Okay? Okay, we're back, and now this tree is completely hardened. It's sturdy now. It's not moving. The glue's hardened on the top, so I took a little break. And now we're going to continue with doing the lace part. So I have a measuring tape here, and I want to do it about 1.5 inches up from the very bottom. So I'm just going to make a little mark like this with my pen, and I'm just going to continue on here, going 1.5 inches. Just because when I put my lace on here, I want it to be straight. I don't want it to go on an angle or slanted. I want it to stay, and don't press too hard because you'll crush your cone or you'll bust your doweling job. Okay, so we're just going around like this, putting a very light pen mark at 1.5 inches. So I'm figuring about 1.5 inches should be pretty good. Alright, so now I'm just going to connect the dots. So I'm just drawing a very light line all the way around, connecting the dots. This is almost like my Easter egg decorating. When I do my Easter eggs, I divide my eggs and I have to draw little dots like this. So it just helps to keep your laces even. Okay, so you go 1.5 inches from the bottom, and now I'm just going to go 1 inch all the way around. So I'm just going to hold this here, do 1 inch right to the top of the cone. So I'm just going to make a tick here, tick here, tick here, tick here, tick here, and a tick there. And then I'm just going to make little dots all the way around, doing the same technique. If you don't do this, your laces are going to end up swirling around, and they're going to end up being crooked, and you're not going to be happy with it. So I would not skip this step. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to just keep drawing my lines all the way around so I have guidelines to put my lace on, and I'll be back. Okay. So you can see I got all the lines done. I got them all 1 inch except for the bottom. From the first one, you're going to make it 1.5 inches so your lace doesn't touch all your beautiful dangle hair. So the lace I'm going to use today is going to be this pink lace here. Oops, I don't have enough pulled out. So I'm going to be using this pink lace. So just go gather. You can even use all your lace remnants. I'm going to be using this lace as well, and this one as well. So I'm going to be using 3 layers on each line. So I'm going to get started and show you what to do. So I'm going to do it where I have a beige, and the pink will be in the middle, and then a beige on top. So let's get to gluing. And I'm going to start at the back, and you can tell where the back of a cone is because you can see where it was sealed here. So let me just find the front of my lace to make sure I'm going in proper direction, and I just want to trim this off because it's kind of jagged. Alright, so let's start right here with being 1.5 inches away, which is perfect. And I'm going to just make my joins right in the very back of the tree. Once we get going here, you won't even see the joins because they'll be so hidden with embellishments. So, trying to stay on my line so it stays nice and, oh, look at how pretty. So the first one is going to be the one where you're going to use the most lace. So make sure you get a nice big piece, a remnant, so you can have enough to go around. So I'm staying on my line like this. Look at how pretty. Okay. I have a tickle in my throat now. So we're just gluing and gluing. Now when you get to the back, make sure you overlap your lace a little wee bit so it you can watch. Take this part here and glue it down to your overlapped part, and don't use that much glue like I just did. Okay. So I'm just going to overlap it. Try not to burn your fingers because this stuff hurts. Okay, and then you can just trim it off. There we go. Okay, so now you've got your first layer of lace on your tree. And it looks really pretty. Okay, like that. Now, you want to put a second and a third layer, or as many layers as you want. The more layers you put, the fluffier your tree will be. I'm just looking for the right side and the wrong side. And by the looks of this, I have to go this way with the pink. I am going to put this right on the same line as this. So, but I'm not starting in the front. I want to start in the back. Okay, and I want to kind of trim this off some more because I don't want that piece being messy. Okay. Now, I'm going to glue this down a wee bit more because it's not quite glued. Okay, and then I'm going to begin, now I'm going to do the pink. And I have to go this way because it's just the way my lace is wound. And then push it on there like that. Okay, look at how pretty. Now, you will see the magic. You will see the magic when we are done. And you don't need a lot of glue, so. And you won't see this. You ain't gonna see none of this. Okay. Getting there. Now you're going to do this exact same thing that I'm doing over and over again. Like, I'm not going to do that on the whole video. I'm not going to do every single layer because it's all the same throughout the whole entire cone. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and have a 14-hour video because it does take a little time to do this. Because you're doing 3 layers, not 1, not 2. So just be very careful when you get around there. Alright, we're at the end here now. And I want something behind this. Whoops. Oopsies. I had an accident. I dropped stuff. Oopsies. Okay, I made a bee-boo. Let me go this. I'm overlapping it a wee bit. And now I'm going to trim it. And then I'm going to glue it down. Okay. So, yeah, that's overlapped too much. I don't want it that much. Okay. Now you want to glue this down a little bit anyway. You don't have to do it a lot. You just put a little dab of glue in here. And some on the very end. Hot. Okay. Now make sure it doesn't glue to your bottom lace. Okay, and you can see where I went a little crooked, so just trim it off. Can't even tell now. Okay. So now you have 2 layers. Now for our 3rd layer. Whoopsies. I'm dropping stuff here. Now for the 3rd layer, it's going to go right on top. This part here, I am not going to glue with this part. I'm going to glue with, see the threads running through this? That's the part I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start over here now because I want the layers to join jaggedy or offset, so we don't have a big huge bulk in the back. So take this, and where did I start? Right there. So I'm going to just start right there like this. And this is a stretchy 3-layer of lace. You might want to use another ruffle lace if you don't have this kind. You need ruffle lace in this to get it to go shabby. You'll see why. Okay. Alright. We're getting there. And then you'll see the fun. So you're also going to need some organza ribbon if you've got organza ribbon. If not, you can use whatever the heck you want. But I'm putting the layers on as I go because I did this yesterday. I made the tree yesterday and it was too hard to get between the layers without getting all your pieces glued. So I'm doing it as I finish one layer. I'm going to do it. And I will show you in a second what we're going to do with organza. So there's our layer number 3. And let's trim this off. It's too long. Put a little bit of glue to join it. So you have a seam like that. And make sure you don't get glued underneath and you glue it to your lace underneath. And trim it off if it's a mess. Okay? So, that is all prettied. Now, what you're going to do, each layer you wanted to do this on. I'm going to try and show you it this way, but you're going to hold all 3 pieces of your trim, and I'm going to try to show you in the camera, and you're going to snip it right up to your glue. Okay? Like that. And you're going to go along and you're just going to snip them all into strips, but try not to cut them too skinny because you might cut it right off at the tip. So cut them all different sizes, shabby it up whatever colors you want. I'm having a hard time doing it that way. I have to stand the tree up. Sorry guys, you're going to miss that. But you're just cutting strips, going around cutting into strips. Okay? And keep doing it, and do each each layer as you go. Don't do your tree all and then cut your layers, because I'm telling you that was a disaster yesterday and I made a boo-boo there, so I just fixed it. It was a lot of work to do it after. Okay, I'm going to cut it all the way around, every piece. These do not have to be perfect. They do not have to be any specific size. Just chop away. Even if you have bad eyes, you can do this. And I'm doing all 3 layers at once. And as you can see, look at what happened with this piece. We will fix that a little. But you're not going to see any of your mistakes. So just chop. And then we're going to fluff it up. And is this cut here? Yep. Alright, so we got to do one more cut here, and then you're going to fluff it up. See? And when all your layers are done, you're going to shabby this up like this. Just fluff up your layers. But first thing we got to do is, where's my organza ribbon? Oh, right here in front of me. And where's my white one? Where are you? I know I took it out. Okay. Also, you need some tooling. And this one here, yesterday I folded these all up, but I am just going to make strips. And you'll see in a minute where it happened to my other organza ribbon. Oh, Miku. He's being a bad birdie. Alright, what did I do with... Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I have two kinds of organza. I have white, and this is 1/4 inch, and this is 3/4 inch organza in a pink with kind of looking like little dragonflies. I don't care. You ain't going to see it. So you're going to have, there are two pieces of organza, a thick one and a thin one, and you're going to get some of this tooling, and I got this tooling from Walmart. It's not expensive, like $3-4 for this entire spool of 15 yards. So just lay it on your mat and cut out strips. They don't have to be perfect. I'm just going to chop, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And you're going to need lots, so don't be a chiseler. Cut them now. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this in half. Fold it like this. Fold it like this. And now I'm going to chop. And I'm just making strips. I'm cutting on the fold off. Cutting this fold off. Flipping it over. And cutting these off. So it's about 1 inch wide. Okay, this is about 1 inch wide. Did I get all the folds? Yes. Alright, so you're going to cut some strips of your organza ribbon. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut just random strips. Who cares what the size is? Try to make them the same as your tooling. Okay, and just cut away at making a whole bunch of these, because you're going to need lots. And I'm doing this tree a little different than the way I made mine, but I kind of like this idea a little better, and it's a little easier and a little less work and less hassle, because when it comes time to gluing these on, like I did with this tree yesterday, I had a hell of a time gluing on the tooling, because I was getting glue on all my shabby ends and they were folding up, and yeah, it was a mess. So let's just keep cutting some pieces off here. I'm cutting them probably all different sizes, like I don't really care, because shabby is not about being even and equal and perfect. Shabby is shabby. So chop away. I think I'm going to run out of organza in the white. Yep. So I have to use this sparingly, because this is all I have in the white. But you'll see. Now if you wanted to add some beaded trim to this, you can do it in this stage. On this stage right here, this would be the best time to do it. So I'm out of the organza ribbon in the white. And that's a perfect size, actually. Alright, you're good. And save your ribbon ends, because you can make something with these. Alright, now we've got other layers here to do. So you're going to take a layer of this. I'm actually splitting this 1/4. So I'll have 2 pieces, but I'm not going to split it all the way up the top. I'm just going to cut it down the middle like this, and I'm going to leave room here to glue it. Okay, so I'm going to put some up. I'm going to take a piece of tooling, and I'm going to put it behind like this. And then we're going to start layering it on this tree and just letting it hang out. So you're not going to put them like tightly close together. You're going to just stagger these. On every row, you're going to stagger them. So I'll show you in a second. So you're going to take some glue, put it on here. Take your little thing and push it through, because the glue is going to go right through all 3 layers of your ribbon, and just let it dry. So I would say go about, I don't know, 2 inches, and do the same thing again in 2 inches. So cut your thick organza so you have 2 strips of this, but not all the way to the top. Don't cut it right off. Take a piece of tooling, and I love this silver tooling from Walmart. It's so pretty. And I'm putting, see how the ribbon's curled this way and this one's curled this way? Flip it up this way. So you're going to have it like that. You want to shabby this. So I'm going to say roughly, let's go 2 inches apart. Yep, 2 inches. So let's put another one down, because this is, and put enough glue that it's going to go through all 3 layers. Okay, so the next layer you put up, you're going to put some here. You're going to put your tooling and stuff, you're going to put it this, you're going to go in between and kind of stagger it. Okay, and that's what you're going to do with this. So take your tooling, take your piece of organza, give it a little snippy poo, and you could see all of these are all different lengths, so I didn't measure anything, and that's perfect. That's the way you want it. But I am putting the curled side up on the ribbon. I think it just looks cute. So I'm going to go about 2 inches again. Okay. Yeah, I'm measuring it because I want this to fit evenly all the way around this tree. Okay. Perfect. Okay, and we're going to put probably 2 more. Look at how pretty. Alright. I love it. I really do. Let's cut another piece. So after I finish this, I'll do 1 more row, and then I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish putting my layers on, and you guys are going to do the same thing over and over. It's just repetitive, but you're going to stagger these. Okay, make sure you stagger them. So let's go 2 inches. Okay. And push that on. See? No rhyme or reason. So now we're going to put 1 more there, and it's probably not going to be, well, 2. Oh, look at that. Exactly 4 inches. So pay attention. Use your ruler for this. Because it works out perfect. Now all your rows will be nice and even. They won't be all messy. Okay. Piece of tooling. A piece of organza ribbon this way. And put it right smack in the middle, which is 2 inches, because that's 4 inches between the 2. And push it on like that. Now, look at that. Look at how cute that is. All right. Now, if you're going to put feathers, if you want feathers on this, I would wait to do your feathers in the end, because I put the feathers on this one here, and I just stuck them randomly in here. So that's basically all you want to do, okay? You don't want to put the feathers on because you're going to need tons. You just want to put a few. All right, so let's put on 1 more row. So let me move all our little pieces out of the way. Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. And we'll do one more row, and then I'm getting off here, and you guys can go do your own little business. So see how this here next row, see how it covers the layer underneath? See how it covers? So all that's going to be sticking out is your shabby little ends, and that's how you get the shabby look to your tree. Okay, so let's start with gluing. And I'm going to go this way with the beige because that's the way this beige is. Hang on. Let me see. Yeah. So ever so slightly push. And I'm going to use this because I got a really bad burn yesterday. And it's bubbled from this beautiful glue gun. Okay, pulling it, staying on my line. So the reason why you guys want to do these lines, do you know how easy it is to just keep wrapping and think you're even, and you're not? So you want to kind of stay nice and even all the way around. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to draw these lines, but it doesn't take that long. So don't skip it, or your tree will be lopsided, I can promise you. So, just go right over top, overlap that one just a little bit. You want enough that your lace, when it's joined, you want enough of it. See how you put it over top, but when you go to join it here at the back, let me just do this. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue here, a little dab there, a little dab there, and I'm just joining my laces. That's all I'm doing. And like I said, you don't even see the seam from the last one, from any of those laces we put last time. So it's going to be fine. So take your scissors, trim off your piece. Okay, and cover that, flatten that. There you go. So that layer's good. Okay. Alright. Now you're going to put your next color on, and I'm going to do another row of pink. And it's really hard to tell the front from the back. Okay, I see it. So now, instead of starting right where I started here before, I want to offset it. I want to start a little bit up here because I don't want a big bulk there. So I'm going to start here now. Okay. Alright. And then, yes, it gets quicker as you get closer to the top of your cone. And make sure you do right to the top of your cone. Don't skip any, because it does matter. Your tree is supposed to be tapered all the way. Okay. Miku finally shut up. Amen. He's being good birdie. Okay, there. Glue. Alright, now again I'm going to be overlapping this pink lace here, so we'll overlap it a wee bit, not a lot, because you just end up with huge bulk there. There we go. Okay, glue strings get lost. Alright, now I am going to, I think I'm just going to trim it and then glue it. So it's easier. Alright, now push that in there, and then this, see how this is, I overlapped it too much? You don't want it to overlap that much. You can trim it off, just put the glue on the very end of the bottom layer, and don't burn yourself. Okay, and overlap it like that. And don't burn yourself, because I just fucking burned myself. Alright. Now you can see, whoops, it's kind of hanging over the edge. Just trim it off. There's your second layer of pink. Now you're going to do your third one. And now this one, I'm going to go on this side right here to stagger it here, and I'm going to start here so it reduces the bulk. And then I'm going to join it on the thread part. So use the thread as your guide. And this little this little piece of fancy trim, you're not going to see it. Just hide it underneath. It's okay. But you can use 4 layers of the like I said, the more lace you put on this in layers, the more full it will be. So I'm just sticking with 3 layers. I've got 2 layers on the other one, and I think 3 layers is going to really make it stand out nice. Okay, so keep on going. I'm just doing little sections at a time because this glue, I don't want to stretch this lace because it is stretchy. I want this tree to be full, so if I stretched it, it'd be pretty crappy. Oh, I think that's turning out quite fancy. Okay. So after this layer, I'm gonna go off camera and finish all my rows. You got, ouch, hot. And Angela and Karen and Robin are probably yelling right now, put your finger on. Because I keep burning my freaking fingers. Look at this burn here. That one. It's a big huge water blister. That's from yesterday. They didn't tell me to put my finger on yesterday. They just forgot. They just let me get burnt. No, I'm kidding. They did. They yelled it at me like 15 times. Okay. Well, that part's done. So, cut it off. Don't pull it tight. Leave it poofy. Okay, now I'm going to join it on the sides. And like that, like that, like that. Perfect. And pull this up because that's way too short. There we go. Okay, so just squeeze it together, trim it off if you want. You don't have to. Okay, now it's time to do some trimming. So when you trim this second row, be very careful you don't cut your stuff underneath. This is what was really hard yesterday, and I was snipping off pieces constantly. So just snip away. Snip away. Pick up your layers, put them together, and keep going. And like I said, I'm just cutting it whatever length I can cut it. So, there. Alright. And then you're going to put your layer of organza ribbon on it, and then you're going to move on to the next row. And put beads in there. If you want beads, just cut your beads the size of your organza ribbons and your tooling, and put beads and dangle beads off if you want. You can do that too. That would be pretty. I was thinking of doing that, and then I changed my mind. Because I already have an idea as to what I want to put on here, so I don't want to overkill it with beads, and I just want the shabby look of the ribbon and the lace. Okay, so we're getting there, guys. We're almost at the end. This is so cute, and then you can keep fluffing it and shaking it, and you can go kick it and throw it across the room if you want. I don't recommend it though. All right, so let's fluff her up. Look at this, so pretty. Love it. Oh my Lord, I love it, love it, love it. Look at this. There's your shabby tree, the start of your shabby tree. Look at how gorgeous. So now you're going to put your little tooling, your little pink ribbon. Remember, don't cut it all the way in half. It just makes it harder for you to glue it. And you're going to go between where you went before. So this is going to be less on here as you go on. Each row is going to get to be less and less. So remember, turn your white one upward. Okay, so you kind of have to lift your thing, your row, lift your row here, and you want to go right above it and do it in the middle like this. So you're kind of staggering it so your organza ribbons staggered each row. Okay, so it's like this now. See? And then you're going to keep doing it. So I need this because I have to cut it. I'm just going to cut it. And see, this one's kind of long, but that's going to be unique. You're going to have long, short, long, short. That's what you want. That's what you're going for. So get this. And get that. And lift your layer up. Look, go to in between and make sure you go in the middle. So I'm going between. So I'm going to hold my finger kind of right there, or you can actually see where you got to go to get it in the middle there. And then put some glue there and press it. And there you go. Pretty, pretty. All right. Now, okay, so I'm going to go off camera, guys. You're going to just do your next row. Put another 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. This tree will be so fluffy, so bushy when you get it all done. If you find some of these too long, like you see how this is really long, I'm going to trim that because I don't want it to overkill my my bling. No. You need bling to show. You can't bury your bling. So there you go. I'll be back after this. Continue. Okay, now we got all this done except for the very tiny tip, guys. But look at this gorgeous, gorgeous shabby chic tree. Is this not just phenomenal? Sorry you have to look at it like this laying down, but that's the only view I can use right now. So now I was thinking of putting some feathers in it, like I said, but I don't want to go overboard with the feathers. And I have some marabou feathers here, and they're really pretty. So let me pull a few out. Oh, look at these. They're so gorgeous. Now, I'm going to just make, like, I'm going to, let me get these out of the way here so you guys can see. So I'm thinking, let me see if I can pluck one in here. Lift up something and put it in here. There we go. I'm just going to put, I'm going to cut the feather. So I'm going to cut it down because it's too long. And I'm going to stick it in here in the tree, I'm just going to lift up some lace, and I'm just going to put a dab of glue in there. You don't need a lot with the feather. And I'm just going to stick the feather in there like that, and then bring this down. Okay, so the feather is kind of really small in there. Okay, I don't want this big pile of feathers in here like I did with the other one. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cut it. Whoo! Feathers everywhere. Perfect. Alright, and I'm just going to lift this up for a minute, guys, because I need to see where to stick one. And we'll put one right there. So I'm just lifting up stuff, putting a little dab of glue, and sticking a feather in there. Like that. Okay, and then bring this down. Oh, wow. Okay, it looks really good with minimal feathers in there. I don't want it with a lot of feathers. Okay, so let's do some more. This part's optional. You don't have to do this part. But again, I'm just doing little tiny pieces. So let's put a dab of glue. Boy, oh boy, we got blobs. That's because, ow. Oh, these burns. Oh, I need to do something about getting these burns. Alright, I knew I was going to get burnt the way that was falling. Okay, and then just bring it down. So the feather's ever so faint in there. So, so pretty. So right now I'm just working on the front of the tree. So again, cut the feather. Okay. I'm just looking to see where I want to put my next feather. I think we'll put it up here, close to the top. So, oops. I'm just going to hold that. Put a blob there. Put the feather down. There. Okay. Oh yeah, that's just gorgeous. Oh, darn, the feather came out and pulled it. There we go. Oh, all these burns. I'm going to need a finger on every single finger I own. They seem to be burning everywhere. Alright, so I'm just going to give the tree a turn. Find another feather, trim it. Whew, feathers everywhere. Wow, these are so pretty. We'll give it one up here. Put a little dab of glue there. And put your feather in there. Alright. Okay. Wow. If you guys seen the massive feathers, holy macaroni. Whew. Wow. I'm getting to a point where I don't even want to cut them anymore. They're making so much mess. Okay. Open it up here. Dab of glue. Oh boy, stay. Stay, boy. Oh boy. It's stuck to the feathers. Ouch. Oh boy. Ow. Gosh almighty. Oh. I'm just getting burns everywhere. Ow. Oh. Oh. Well, that didn't work out. So I guess I need to put another feather in here, and I'm just going to blob it. Then I'm going to stick the feather in there like that. And that's all I'm going to do. There we go. See? You can barely see. Oh, this is so, so pretty, guys. I'm really, really, really not going to put a lot of feathers in this. So I'm going to put another one here. Feather. And drop that. Ta-da! And I just keep shabbying it up because it just looks so pretty. Wish you guys could see. Yeah, I think that's enough. Now, I'm going to put these feathers away because, poof, I'm being blown away with the feather lint. Probably allergic to this, but oh well. I have to play with these Marabou feathers because they're just gorgeous. Now at the top here, I'm just debating how I want to, oh my gosh, this is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Just simply gorgeous. Looking for something to hide up there. So I'm thinking the same pearl trim that I put down here, I was thinking of putting it around the top. But I have it already out. I'm thinking of putting it around the top, but it's not going to sit very well, so we can't put that up there. Alright. I think I'm just going to put some of this beaded trim up there. This kind. I think I'm just going to trim this all around to finish off the top. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do because I want to, you know what, that's going to be totally hidden. So let me get some ribbon. I'm getting pink and white Hug Snug, and we're going to make a bow. Oh, I have a mess, a huge mess. Whew. Gosh. Alright, I'm going to get my bow maker because I want to do this in layers. So, first off, I want to crumple up some Hug Snug first, and I need quite a bit. Okay, so I'm just crumpling it. Crunch it all up. There we go. Make it really shabby, shabby, shabby. Alright. Now, for those of you that don't have a bow maker, you can just wrap this around your hand. But I'm just starting the bow like this, and I'm going to have it dangling, and then I'm going to go one time around. Okay, like this. And then we're going to snip it here. And I'm just going to snip these ends a bit. Okay. Now I want to put a layer of pearls. So I have white, beige, and where's my pink? Thought I took pink out. Nope, it's right here. Alright, so I'm just going to wrap this, let it hang down. So this one is the pink pearls. Okay, now we want white and beige pearls. Just dropping it in the middle. Oopsies. Let's not lose these pins. Come on, white. Alright. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to trim it. And then we're going to do some more ribbon. So we'll back to the Snug, snug. Alright, and then we're just gonna do another wrap, and this time I'm just gonna make this end a wee bit shorter. So I'm gonna go around, pull this tight, and bring it down here. And then we'll cut this off at about here. Okay, and then we're going to do it again. I'm going to wrap it. This time I'm going to wrap it twice. Okay, and I'm just pushing this down. Okay, push it down. Okay, and I'm going to trim it off. And we're getting out of having it shabby. So I'm just going to crunch some more up. And now I'm going to put another layer of pearls. So let's go with the white, the beige, and the pink. Oh shoot, that rolled away. Alright. And I'm just going to go here and drop it down here. I'm just making a really big, huge bow. Okay, pink, where did you go? And I'm thinking of using some of this but it's kind of big, so I don't think I'll be using that one. Okay, and now, where's my Hug Snug? So, time to make another bow. And I'm going to wrap it around twice. Three times. This is going to be a huge, huge bow, but you want a nice full bowl for the top because you're going to see what I want to do. Whoopsies, that goes in the front. And we're going to put one more strand of pearls. One more strand of pearls. Okay. So we have the white, the beige, and we have pink. Pretty pearls. These pearls are gorgeous. Okay. And we'll make these ones really long. So, trim these off. Now, let's trim off the Hug Snug. Now I'm going to wrap one more time. I'm going to make a few more bows. And I don't know if I'm using the bow maker right, but it works for me. I never did read the instructions. Alright, I think this is going to do her. So I'm going to give this a tight pull. There we go. Now I need a piece of Hug Snug to go in the center to tie a nice long, nice knot. Okay, and I need to crumple this up a little bit. So I just wet my hands a wee bit, just so we can get it good and crumpled. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, I have quite a stack of layers here. Okay. But first of all, you want to put your thread or whatever you're using underneath and get it tied before you pull this off the bow maker, because you do not want all this to fall apart on you, and you want to get it centered as much as you can. So let's tie this in a knot. So I like to go once and twice. Let me see if it's centered. Shoot. I am going to pull these off. They are a little finicky to get out. Okay, and I'm going to pull my bow off. Okay, and we are going to tighten this bow. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap this around one more time because I tied a surgeon's knot and I'm so scared I am not pulling this tight enough. So, let's do one more good knot. There we go. Like that. We don't want this to fall apart. Whew, look at this bow, guys. Wow, this is going to be gorgeous, drooping down over the Christmas tree, and that's what we want. So, of course, we're going to have to pull all these apart, you know, like this. Pull them apart. Like this. This is gorgeous, this bow. I love it. It's so shabby. Now, what I wanted to do is the tip of my cone is kind of too pointy. So I'm just going to snip it off with my scissors just to flatten it down a bit. Okay, so we've got this gorgeous bow made. Let's get it the right way. This way. Look at this bow, guys. Look at this bow. Okay, so my cone, as you can see, is too pointy up here, so I'm just going to snip it a bit. I probably can't snip too much because, whoops, that flew. There we go. Because the doweling will be right there. Now, this here is the front of my tree, so I want to center the front of my tree, and I want to put this, oh my lord, oh my word. Oh wow, this is so gorgeous. Okay, so you're going to glue it up here like this. Glue it on top, okay? So you can see like this. So, can you see that? Good. Now glue some glue there, and you're going to have to hold your bow for a bit just to till it gets a little hardened. Don't overkill it with glue because you're gonna, okay, I'm not straightened here, so I want to see, I want this in the center of my bling. See? It's in the center of my bling. That's how I got my tree sitting. So I'm just gonna hold this, blow on it. It helps if you blow. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit for a few minutes and let it, oh my god. Oh, this is gorgeous. So, I want to put some bling on this. I don't want to overkill this. This dangling the ribbons and everything that's dangling off of here with the beads is enough embellishment for the tree. You don't want to overkill it. And that's definitely not what I want to do, because I just love it like this. Oh my God, this is something else. Hang on please while I go pat my back. Okay, done. Did a good job. Okay, now I told you guys I wanted to incorporate a little touch of Christmas and a little bit of bling. Yes, I've got to use some of this bling, guys. So I am going to use some Christmas. Oh, and where are my angels? Where are you, angels? Angels. There they are. And where are my little doilies? So I got my 2 little doilies. Let me move my tree out of the way. Okay, so here's our little angels. We have them to glue down on our little doilies. But before I glue these down, I want to take a piece of seam binding, and in fact I'm going to take pink, and I'm just going to tie, whoa, oh my seam binding, I almost tipped everything over. Almost had an ask in it. I just want to tie a little teeny tiny bow. So I'm just going to take this and tie a wee little bow. Like that. That's, I'm making a bow. Okay. And I want it to be a teeny tiny bow to go under my angel. Like this. See? Pull it tight. And you're going to make a teeny tiny bow. Come on, get out of there. Wow. Must have made this too tight or something, because I can't see. There we go. Alright. Now, you want it to just be like this. Okay? There we go. And pull this a bit more. I want to straighten that out. There we go. Okay, now pull this a little tighter, so just a little wee bit smaller, guys. Okay. Now you're going to snip it on an angle. Snip it on an angle. Just making a teeny tiny little bow. Like that. Okay? Look at how cute. And now you're going to put your angel on here, and you're going to put the teeny tiny bow underneath. So let's glue our angel. Wow, I got to get these feathers off here because, but we're going to put a little bit of bling there. But first, I need to wipe my glue gun off. I can't stand all these feathers on it. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue on our little bow. And you're going to push your little bow up like that. Okay. There's one. So now we have to make another teeny tiny bow. Because you're going to do the same thing on the back of the tree as you do on the front. So just in case, depends where you put your tree. You don't want it to neglect the back, in case people can see the back of your tree. Mine's going on my mantle, so nobody's going to see the back, but I'll know that the back's not done if I don't do it. Okay, so I'm just tying a bow in an overhand knot. That's all I'm doing to make a bow. Okay. Pull this down. Pull this tight. And then there. There. Oh, that's going to be made a wee bit smaller. There we go. So, we've got our, and you can use even your ordinary own bows if you have them. But I rather make it because I like a homemade bow. Okay, so I'm going to glue the angel down. The cherub or angel, whatever you want to call it. glue her down, and glue this down like that. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Now we need to find some teeny tiny little blings here, you know. So okay, we're done with that. I wanted to stick this. Now let me get this peeled. I want to stick this up in the top, very, very top of my tree, as a little bit of Christmas color in it. So before I put my angels on, I'm going to attach this, but I am going to cut it down. Good luck with these wire cutters, because they don't cut through that floral tape very good. There we go. Okay, so it's cut down, and let's see how this is gonna look. Oh my preciousness, yes. Oh my word. Okay. Let me just show you what I'm trying to do here, guys. I'm just trying to sneak this in here somehow, like this. Okay, and I'm just pushing, I don't know, I think it would look good like this. Pushing this up. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down for now. If I don't like it, it'll come off, believe me. Okay, and where's one of my angels? And I'm going to be gluing an angel right there like that. I was going to use my Christmas bling, but we'll use bling right there. So let me get this out of the way. And let me glue. Whoa! Got glue on me. Okay. Alright. Make sure you fix your dangles. Make sure it's centered straight. Oh, this is gorgeous. Alright, there's her bow. Where's my bling? And I do want this bling here. I am going to put it there. So, be very careful because the metal does get hot. And I'm just going to set it like that. Just checking to make sure everything is centered. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. This is the treetop. Little bow holding our angel. This is so precious. Okay, you might want to hold this down until your glue is hardened somewhat, because when you flip it over and do the back side, it'll just fall off. So I need to hold it up for 1 second. Oh my god. Wow. Oh wow. I really honestly can't emphasize enough how absolutely stunning this is. Oh, look it. Is that not stunning? I will have pictures of this, guys, in case you can't see it from there. But now I need to glue the angel on the back, okay, with the tree in the front. So I'm just putting glue on the angel, and I want to kind of center it. So not kinda, I definitely want to center it like so, and making sure my ribbon is up tucked behind it. Come on, where are you? Get out there. Yeah. Oh wow, this is just phenomenal, guys. And we need to give it a little piece of bling, 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 bling. Alright. Oh god, wait till you guys see this. Wow, it's just phenomenal. Look at this. I'm just looking at it, guys. I'm admiring my work. Alright, I'm just holding it. Okay, that, I think, this tree, I'm going to call it done. I really don't want to do any more to it because it's just absolutely beautiful with the pink and the beige, and I don't think it, and it's got the tooling in here that's sparkly. You really don't need anything else to this tree. So I really hope you guys give this a go and a try. Please, if you can't see it very good in the camera, I'm just trying to set it up what it looks like. Go have a look at it on Facebook and see what you think of it on Facebook. This is just phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love it. And you guys will too, I promise you. I'm just trimming off of the satin ends because they're overhanging too much in some spots. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, you guys are going to have fun making this, and it's so full. It's so fluffy. Yeah. So if you find it too long, just give it a little haircut. You know, cut it down if you don't like it that long. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I need some beads over here. And I put lots of beads in this bow, so it's a fair share. I need some pink here. And I left the beads. Some beads are a little too long, so I'm just hacking them down a bit. There you go. Wow. Alright, I'm going to let you go. This has been an extremely long tutorial. I just want to make sure all of you get every little detail I do to this, and you guys give this a real chance and make it this yourself. I've just drooped it a bit. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy. See you soon on the next video. Bye, everyone. God bless.